Hi, I just want to offer a quick synopsis of what we learned today. We were focusing on the sheet of Rav, who learned in Rabbi Yosef ben Yeser Istreda that there was no Tumas Mashkin in the Beis HaMikdash. In the process of bringing rayas that there was Tumas Mashkin, we discussed how water is machshir l'kabel tuma, whether it's mechuber on the ground or whether it's tolish in a pail, it's machshir l'kabel tuma. We learned about the rules of dam being machshir l'kabel tuma, and we learned that dam that has to be spritzed on the mizbeach will not be machshir l'kabel tuma. Only dam hanefesh that does not have to be spritzed on the mizbeach is dam that could be machshir l'kabel tuma. But dam, for instance, that's absorbed in meat, that would also not be considered dam. That's machshir zoyim l'kabel tuma. Then the Gemara posed a couple of challenges to Rav from different brises that talk about dam being tamei. Based on the way Rav understood it, dam cannot be tamei. So Rav deflected all of those brises by saying that tumah is only tumah d'Rabbanan, and in fact Rabbi Yosef ben Yeser Istreda would argue on those tanaim and hold that there is no tumah d'Rabbanan on mashkin in the Beis HaMikdash. Then the Gemara asked on Rav from an interesting examination that Chagai gave to the Kohanim, which Rav claims the Kohanim flunked. And there were two questions asked on the exam. The first question, which they got wrong, was if a sheretz touches lechem, which touches on the zid, which touches yain, which touches shemen, we know that would lead to a reveal tumah. The Kohanim were asked, is that tamei? And they said no. So they didn't realize that there's a reveal tumah when it comes to kachim. But as an aside, you see clearly that yain and shemen, which were on the list of items that became tamei in the Beis HaMikdash, in Chagai's question, you see they could become tamei, because Chagai himself seemed to say that they become tamei, and that's why the Kohanim flunked the test when they said tahor. So the Gemara explains that Rav would say that this halacha that mashkin does not become tamei in the Beis HaMikdash is limited to dam and mayim, which are butchering type of fluids. But yain and shemen, which are brought on the mizbeach, those are susceptible to tumah, and that's why, in fact, the Kohanim did make a mistake not realizing there's a reveal tumah. There was another question posed by Chagai with the same sequence of reveal tumah, but instead of the tumah originating with a sheretz, it originated with a tamei mace. And there they got the answer right, and they said it is a reveal tumah. And the Gemara wants to know, according to Rav, if they knew about reveal tumah, the Kohanim, why didn't they get the question right when they were asked about a reveal tumah that started with a sheretz? And the Gemara answers that maybe they knew about reveal tumah when it starts from a tamei mace, but they thought that if the tumah starts from a sheretz, it cannot go as far as a reveal tumah. There was another opinion that the case of tamei mace was not a reveal tumah, it was a shlishul tumah, and that's why they said that it's tamei. Shmuel actually said that the Kohanim passed the exam. And he said they passed the exam because in the first case with the sheretz, it wasn't a reveal tumah, it was chamishi, which we all know is not tamei by kachim, and in fact they did pass the exam. They got both questions right, they got 100. So the Gemara challenges, if according to Shmuel they both passed the exam, why is it that when Chagai gave them their exam results, he told them, I couldn't trust you guys, and you're not good, you're going to make the Beis HaMikdash tamei. So the Gemara says that even though they passed the scholastic exam and they knew the information, Chagai saw b'nevuah that these people are going to do a verse and they would no longer be a royu to do the avodah, so he flunked them because of that. So it wasn't just a knowledge exam, apparently it was a character exam as well. Then the Gemara focused a little bit on this new idea that we said, that Rav said that when Rabbi Yosef ben Yeser said there's no tumah in the Beis HaMikdash for mashkin, it's only dam and mayim, but other types of fluids such as yain and shemen are susceptible to tumah. The Gemara quoted a Levi who holds that even yain and shemen would not be susceptible to tumah. And the Gemara brought brises to support Rav that only dam and mayim are not susceptible to tumah, but yain and shemen would be. And the brisa brought support to Levi that even yain and shemen would not be susceptible to tumah. Have a great day, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow, where we're going to continue discussing these subjects and interesting subjects about how big a mikveh has to be, and some other interesting shilas. All the best.